brings out the awful in people like a wedding. Nothing except for maybe a wedding at Christmas time. A shrill scream suddenly punctuated the din of voices and festive music. Heads popped up all around the food court, and people craned their necks like prairie dogs at the first sign of danger. Familiar, oily magic slithered through the air, running alongside my face. Nate shivered. Another scream, and the sea of people flowed back toward us. Glass shattered. The checkered tile floor shook. Giant clawed fingers gripped the wall at the corner and tore open the side of an Asian eatery. The creature that stomped into view was as far from human as you could get and still stand on two legs, even if those legs ended in goat-like hooves. The rest of him was a mass of blood-stained black fur. A leonine tail, also black, waved in the air behind him. Sharp horns, at least a foot long, protruded from his forehead, while a long serpentine tongue flicked into the air. The creature scooped up a nearby kid who'd fallen out of his seat, roared in his face, and tossed him into a giant sack on his back. I dropped the plastic bag of t-shirts I'd bought on sale, opened my coat, and brought out my staff. "Keep an eye on my stuff." Nate nodded, grabbed my bag, and slid under a table. I stepped on a chair, then a table, and then onto the little divider wall. "Hey, ugly!" He didn't pay any attention to me, instead grabbing a stroller. The mom tried desperately to pull it away from the monster, but he just tossed her aside as if she weighed nothing at all. I looked around for something to throw and settled on an abandoned tray of tacos. It flew at him like a frisbee and conked him right between the horns. He snarled and turned, looking for whoever had been brave enough to throw it. Brave or stupid. Either way, he found me. I lifted my staff in challenge. "That's right, ugly. I threw it. You want a piece of me?" He snorted and dropped the stroller, which luckily landed upright. Big, hairy fists slammed into the floor as he propelled himself forward, moving like a pissed-off orangutan. Tables and chairs slid aside as he made his way toward me. Great. Now what do I do? I looked around. There were too many people hunched behind counters and crowded behind pillars or inside storefronts for me to go unleashing magic willy-nilly. Someone could get hurt. A flash caught my eye. Some teenager held his phone horizontally out in front of him, probably recording the whole thing. With this many witnesses, how the hell was anyone going to spin this so it made sense to the general population? Better yet, how the hell was I going to kill Ugly without outing myself? A fist smashed into the table in front of me. Ugly threw another table into the divider wall, knocking me off balance and into the creature's open palm. Hairy fingers closed around my torso, squeezing out all the air and pinning my arms to my sides. He lifted me to his nose and sniffed, huge nostrils flaring. "Gross! Goat demon boogers!" I wheezed. Yellow teeth chomped at empty air. He pushed me toward them. Yes, I wasn't going in the bag. Magic flared all of a sudden from nowhere and everywhere at once. Ugly roared in pain and dropped me. An overturned chair broke my fall. I'd have preferred a nice even surface like the floor, but I take what I can get. With a roar, Ugly turned toward the jewelry boutique. There stood the tallest man I'd ever seen, lean and dark-skinned. He wielded a staff, not unlike mine, except his was made of much darker wood, and he looked like he knew what he was doing. He slammed the end of his staff to the floor, the power of his magic billowing in the long black coat he wore. An invisible spell tore out of him and raced across the food court floor, slicing through tables and chairs like a saw blade. It struck Ugly and tore a large red gash in the creature's belly. Ugly howled and went to his knees. I pushed myself up and tapped my staff against the floor, summoning a tremor that sent glass raining from the ceiling. Several large pieces hit the monster in the face, carving deep, bloody lines. "Stop!" shouted the other wizard. "One more boneheaded move like that and you'll hurt the kids." "Then what's your plan to take him out, huh?" I shouted back. He raised a hand parallel to his face and extended it outward. Another blast of magic from the stranger hit Ugly and moved right through him, exploding behind the monster into a dark chasm, a tear between Earth and some other realm. Like a black hole, it sucked